Hello and welcome to Project Zomboid. Right, okay, so I did a video a little while ago on Project Zomboid and I was in two different minds of whether I liked it or didn't like it. Since then, I've actually played quite a lot of it, so I think maybe well, just maybe I might like it a bit. So, okay, what I thought I'd do is do some small videos, some bits and pieces, perhaps introduce some of the new content and see whether I can actually survive past day 7, because so far I just haven't managed it. No matter what I do with the settings for the sandbox environment, about day 7, a horde of zombies come steaming in through the windows and doors and kill me. It's great, it's lovely. So I'm hoping to avoid that this time around and in this particular game. Right, so what I'll do is I'll introduce ways of leveling up, because some people have been asking me how you increase levels and that kind of thing, and I will show that, and I will show you how to get your multipliers and that kind of thing, and how they work within the game. So okay, I'll load up and I'll see you in there. Okay, so this is part of the character selection screen. If I just go back, there's the basic look of how your character will be on screen, whether they're male, female, what their name is, what they're wearing, that kind of thing, whether they've got a beard or whatever, that kind of thing. So, but then you've got the different occupations. So I've tried a few different bits and pieces, and I want to show off the mechanic skills, but I want to survive this one. So what I'm going for is what I went for is a carpenter. So what I did is I set up a carpenter basic character, and so obviously I've gone for the carpenter's skill, and I've gone for strong, athletic, handy, which gives me a +1 to carpentry, and a few other bits and pieces. Fast healer, that's always handy. First aid, brave, so you don't get scared. Wakeful, so I don't have to sleep for so long. Fast reader, dexterous, helps with the inventory, all that kind of thing. Fast learner, fast healer, self-defense class. Thick skinned, low thirst. A brawler, so good with weapons. Light eater, inconspicuous, so less likely to spot. So I've gone for a lot of stuff that will help me in the game and survive. Maybe. So yeah, so what I did to that is I actually gave myself the ability to have 100 points in the thing, and this is part of this, and it's this 3 trait points there. So you set that to 100, and that's the highest it will go. Then you get to spend those on your character in this screen. Obviously, if you want to make life harder for yourself, you just go with a lower amount, but that's entirely up to you. Now I wanted to actually try and survive this one, so I have made this sandbox as simple as I possibly can. But yeah, so let's go. Once again, these are the ends of times. There was no hope for survival. Again. This is how you died. And so far, that's been the case. Right, so, here we are. So we're in a house. No visible zombies at the moment, that's always good. Oh, there's a car. Do I have keys for my car? Probably not. So cars, these are the new things. These weren't in the game before, and as part of the mechanic skill, you can take cars to pieces and you can put them back together. But you need specific items to be able to do that. So let's see if we've got some of those items about our house. Okay, so learning things or getting better skills, you use magazines and books. So it starts off with beginners, then it goes to intermediates, then it goes to advanced books, and then experts. And what these refer to is these levels of skill. So because I went for carpentry as a main skill, and I picked up another skill which gave me a +1 to my carpentry, I actually have level 4 carpentry. So, and then because I went for a couple of the combat ones, I've got a bit more in blunt and blade mastery. Although I've seen in the Super Survivors mod you can get a katana, but whether blade actually comes with the axe, because there are axes in the game, I've come across those, is another thing. Okay, I will also show how to make basic bandages, so if you do get bitten, it's not the end of the world. Okay, so cooking for beginners is usually a good one, but I'm actually more interested in carpentry. So let's have a look at what we've got. So I've got carpentry for beginners, but I'm actually at already skill level 4, so I'm probably going to be looking out for carpentry intermediates if I can find it. It's always worth reading the magazines just to get you kicked off, so just read a few of those. So just that one. Electricity for beginners, yeah, read that. Engineering magazine, it nicely says that it's unread at the bottom of that bit of yellow text there, so read that as well. Did I just start reading a book? What's he doing? Ah, yeah, I'm reading a book. Okay, put that in the container, stop that. Don't want the book. Books take far too long to read at the time being. So read the magazine, so that's a lot quicker. So electronics magazine, read that as well. Might as well get through those. So Hunter magazine, read that. And you will find these all over the place. So okay, let's get rid of those back into the container, because I don't want to be carrying them around. But it's a good way to get yourself started. Right, okay. Let's get rid of this, because we don't need it just at the moment. Let's have a look, see what we've got in the house. Lots of sparklers, always handy, I suppose. Got some food, kettle. What I'm really looking for is a screwdriver. Screwdriver you take apart, proven technology, so that emphasizes your electrical. It's quite interesting actually that some of the simple knives are weapons, including the good old-fashioned rolling pin. That's what you want. Let's see what else we've got here. Plenty of canned food, cooking pots, that kind of thing. Oh, a trowel. Trowels are useful for gardening, for when you actually do some gardening. A mouse trap, okay. Good for catching mice and actually eating them if you're running low on supplies. And there's nothing really there that I want. Okay, what's in here? Ah, that's handy. Some 9mm rounds. So maybe frying pans make good weapons as well, but some of the best weapons you can come across to start off with are baseball bats, and if you can get them, crowbars. Crowbars are really useful. Okay, so let's have a quick nose bag. We've got a water bottle, got some food, so run around a bit, right? So alcohol is really useful to have about as well, because you can disinfect bandages with it, and that is really useful. So in here, yeah, it's the usual toilet, open that door, bedroom. Right, now it's worth swapping out your school bag for a better bag, and then we'll put that in the container. Put that in. Alright, don't put it in the container. So we will equip that on our back. There it is. That's what I was looking for. And we will get rid of the school bag because we're no longer using it. Now, what you do is you then highlight that and stuff goes into there. Let's drop that. We don't need pants. And you can then carry a lot more around. There are slightly better bags about, which would be useful. But no, I'm still not coming up with a gun. I'm going to take them. Now, if I can find a shotgun, That would be very useful. But in this particular game, I'm not going to try and stick to a particular place, which is, I think, where I've been going wrong most of the time. So, let's have a look over here. Ah, the hiking bag. The hiking bag is the best bag. So we'll grab that. Unequip the duffel bag because that only allows us to carry a capacity of 18, whereas the big hiking bag gives us 22. So let's unequip that, put that in the container, and equip the hiking bag. Okay, so we open the door, tentatively step out. So I haven't actually found a weapon, but that's not the end of the world. What I can do, just because I've got some combat skills, what you can do is you can push the zombies away, and you can fight more than one. There, see, nice and easy. Right, let's go check out this car. Right, now you can see the key symbols come up above his head. That means he has the key for this car. That's really handy. So walking up to the car, pressing V, you can enter the vehicle, and then you choose which side you want to get in. So you now see the key in the ignition. You press that. Why is that? Ah, hold on. Oh, there it goes. Look. Of course. There you go. Pulls them backwards and take it out. Press V, and then you can do all sorts of other bits and pieces in here. So, like exiting the vehicle. And what you can do is go around the back, press V again, and you can close the trunk, or you can take a look at what's inside. So you've got a lug wrench. That's one of the things you need for the car. You also need a jack. There's also a spanner, which is just called a wrench, I think, and you also need a screwdriver. Once you've got those four things, you can do pretty much everything you need with a car. But what you can do is you can siphon the gasoline out of the car into an empty gas can if you want. But let's have a look at the vehicle mechanics. We'll go around to the front and have a look at that. And there you can see the car is in really good condition. Everything is green apart from the heater, which looks like it could use some extra work, and the rear seats and the trunk lid, but what the hey. In general, it's in really good nick. So let's close that down and take care of this guy over here. Now that's handy that there's literally he's a pushover. Does he have anything with him? No. Right, okay. So, magazines and books that don't have a particular purpose are just used to relieve your boredom. How on earth you can be bored if you're being surrounded by zombies, that's beyond me. Okay, there's a few here. Try and take them one at a time. Now, it's worth mentioning these are the dumbest of dumb zombies. If these were normal zombies, that would be on me. Alright, let's go and have a look at this over here. Is there a... Oh, apparently he's got the key for that as well. He can use the key for that, so... But what I'm after is a decent weapon. Alright, come on then. Let's... I always find this a useful tactic. Pushing them against the fence, because they tend to fall over a bit quicker. Just keep it in. Alright, you're not going down, are you, you swan? God, this guy really is super zombie. Oh, there he goes. Look. almost tell just as the legs start to go underneath. There she goes. Golf clubs are quite good. Equip as a primary. They don't last very long, but they do make good weapons. Palm. Stroll around. See what we can find. Hunting knife, yeah, we'll have you. And, oh well, fresh apples. What we're after is intermediate. So metalwork for intermediates, trapping. I'm not particularly interested in that stuff. Open the door, what's in it? Nothing there. Still haven't found a weapon. Well, not a shooty weapon anyway. I think finding a shotgun would be really useful. Right, but now I actually have a decent weapon. Right, I'm going to carry on and I will show you some of the more interesting bits as I come across them. Okay, so literally just up the road from where I started, there's a bit of a group which I'm going to tackle. Hopefully my golf club will last me and I'll be able to make it through all of them. Now she's gone. There's quite a few of them. Well, that one's taken an interest. Oh, the other one just took an interest below. This is going far too well. There's another two down there. See if we can take them and all. Golf club is lasting. Maps, then death, anything. Duff bag. Surprise! Okay, so if you do get bitten and you need a bandage, basically go up to a zombie if you've already killed one, or kill a zombie, and then right click on one of the clothes and goes rip clothing. And what will happen is they will turn into ripped sheets, and it's those ripped sheets which you use as bandages. And on here you'll have some bits down here giving you information on how to, on what your injury is, and you right click on it and you can choose to use a bandage, and one of those will be your bandages. Now you have to keep an eye on this because the bandages need to be replaced. If you don't replace them, you will die of an infection, that kind of thing. The game's really nice to you that way. Okay, so this is promising because this is a police station. This is obviously going to be massively infected. Let's actually shut the door. Because it doesn't look like the windows are broken, so I'm assuming nobody's broken in. But there's likely to be some weapons here, as well as some inmates. There we go, I just heard that groan. Are they behind bars? Can't see anything. See if we can turn the light on. It's weird that that's dark beyond there. Okay. There's bound to be an armory in here somewhere. Maybe it's that room just there with the... Okay, don't have the key for that. Okay, let's risk it. There's the door. Can't. Okay, fair enough. Obviously there's some keys around somewhere. Ah, there it is. Damn it. Still need a key for that. Let's go check out these lockers. Still no guns. It's disappointing. I'll search around and see if... Okay, so a couple of rooms in and found a zombie, killed him, and look, got a pistol. Okay, so have a quick look around the desks. Still looking perhaps for the keys. Let's have a look in here. No, there must be a key here somewhere for that lockup. This point, but there is some food if I need it. Oh, and a cold pack. That's the first time I've actually seen cold packs in the game as well. But if I get hungry. Now, you might notice that I'm unpleasantly hot, and this always happens. And so I always end up having to go without my vest. And so I end up looking like I'm playing this game like Bruce Lee. Toilets, no, nothing. Toilets. There. Sorry, ladies. It's an unfortunate place to be caught in a zombie apocalypse. Come on, this way. Gosh, she's taking a beating. Come on. Okay. Right, do you have a key? How about you? No, just shoes, lipstick and perfume. Open the door. Was there an option to disassemble it there? There was. I need a hammer or a screwdriver. Okay, so I knew I need something. At least I'll be able to get through it at a later date once I find those bits. So I'll be coming back for that. Okay, so I've moved from the police station into a building across the road, which looks like it's a furniture shop. So if I just quickly, let's say you see furniture. So stumbling into this room, there's quite a few crates, and took out a couple of zombies. One of them's got a map, which I'll grab, and the other one has a key. Probably not to a car, it's probably to a house or something like that, but then you drag it and put it onto your key ring, and you've got a few keys there. But if you highlight the key, it actually tells you what it's for, and it's for this door here. So the zombie was in this room, and this is the key for this next door, so I can get through it. However, what's more interesting is this room is full of crates, and hopefully full of things to be useful to me. So, a box of knives. Oh, look, shotgun shells. That's what we're after. Grab all of those, please. That's because I've got my key ring highlighted. I will actually deposit that and the pistol into the bag. Now you can just drag and drop and they will go in just like that. And I will take the bag of nails. So I need a hammer. I haven't seen a hammer yet, which is rare. They're usually really common. Speak of the devil, there we go. We want a hammer. I want to grab that. They also make really good weapons, the hammers, has to be said. Oh, you beauty. More nails. Nails are always good. Grab nails. More shotgun shells. Grab all. Planks. Not particularly worried about planks. And there's these ones over here. So, tent peg. Box nails again. More shotgun shells. That's good. No shotgun yet. Oh, another axe. Very handy indeed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to equip one of those as my primary weapon. And I'm going to put the other one in the duffel bag. Like that, along with the nails. That way I'm carrying less weight. Put the shotgun shells in there as well. That's handy. And there we go. So hunting knife. And the golf club. What condition is that in? Yeah, it's still in reasonable condition if we need it as a backup. That's going to be useful. Right, okay. Let's see how we do with that. Eat some of that. Oh, yeah. Oh, that was good. Oh, yeah. Going down after that. Look at that. Lovely. Right, so let's have a quick look at our skills. Right, now you can see here under blunt maintenance, I can actually level it up. And so that means I'm more proficient with maintaining my weapons and I make better use of them whilst I'm fighting, that kind of thing. So it's worth actually keeping a check on that. But you gain experience by actually doing things. So once I actually get oh, I actually got the hammer, so maybe I can actually go back and take out that door at the police station. Let's head over there now. It is literally over the road. So let's hot foot it, which obviously draws some attention. Got anything interesting? No, it's got some painkillers, but I'm not particularly worried about that. Okay. Really? One hit wonder? Okay, so in here, open the door, dive in. Maybe with my carpentry skill I can disassemble the door. I need a screwdriver still. Damn it! I'll have to come back. Oh well, and when I've got that screwdriver, I will. Okay, just thought I'd share this particular moment. I was searching the back of all of these vehicles here looking for bits and bobs, and I picked up a lug wrench and a wrench and a couple of other bits and bobs. And in the back of this one, there was already a corpse. So, yeah, okay. Fair enough. On with the game. Okay, so it's occurred to me whilst I've been roaming around, and I've actually finally managed to get a screwdriver. So there we go. And as you notice, I've also managed to find a shotgun. In fact, I've found quite a few shotguns now, and an absolute load of bullets. Well, shells for them. So now that I've got the bits and pieces that I need, I can disassemble it and see what's on the inside. Of course, doing this makes noise because it uses your carpentry skill, and in order to do this, I think you can beat any skill level. The better your skill level, the more likely it is that you're going to, get something useful out of it. So, doesn't look like I've got anything. There's another door here. Can I just open that door? Can I unlock it? No. Then let's disassemble that as well. I said disassemble it. Oh, why can't I? Oh god, that's disappointing. Okay, well, we'll use the other method then. See if we can smash it down. I'm actually using my hand. A hammer. That's why I'm not getting anywhere. So we equip the X. Because to disassemble the other door, it swapped the weapon I was using. Hey, there we go. Look at that. Straight in. Alright. Now, there was actually plenty, and I'll show you this in a second, in the cars outside in the car parking. Not plenty of stuff, but look, there's loads of shotgun shells, loads of ammo, bullets, another shotgun, walkie-talkies, pistols. Now it's interesting that the only gun weapons I've come across in the games so far are pistols and shotguns. Now in the Super Survivor mod videos that I've seen, there are different weapons, there's submachine guns and all sorts. So, okay, so I will be coming back for that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to load up a car, but at the end of day 1, things have gone rather well for me, because what I will do is I'll just take this guy up. I found a grocery store with an absolute ton of useful stuff. Sort of like a hardware store, and it's just down the road from here, down the corner. And then if you look in the back of these, nothing in there. Look in the back of here, bullets. Plenty of walkie-talkies and things like that. Once again, more bullets. There's a nice van there that you could use to carry stuff around, or a taxi. And you've got this one, and that's got loads of stuff in, including a shotgun. So there's plenty of good stuff to be had here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to perhaps just keep coming back and forth, loading up the car, gathering all the equipment from the store and from here, and then start building a base somewhere. And that's what I'm going to be doing. Now you might notice in the top right hand corner here I've now got the time showing, and that actually comes from picking up a digital watch and having a digital watch in your inventory. So I'm going to toddle off back to my base, dump off my stuff, and tomorrow, well, when I say base, it's the house that I started with, and tomorrow what I will do is I will start gathering some new stuff, some of that stuff, and getting it to my place of residence, which is just here. It's just stupidly I've left the door open. Run away, left the door open. Now I've got to check it for a zombie infestation. Oh, let's grab that and that. No point, because like the zombies, the corpses will disappear over a period of time, and taking the loot with them. Walkie-talkie, we'll grab that as well, that's useful. I'm not particularly worried that the overloaded icons just come up. Was that a one-hit one? Right, okay, so let's just check the house. And yeah, sure enough, look. Hello, love. She's taking no notice of me. By using the Q key, I'm going to attract her attention. Get her out of my house. Get out of my house. What I might do is put a load of the stuff in my back of my car. Now you see, this is actually quite an interesting place to create a base, and the reason I say that is because it's already got these sort of vegetable patches laid out, which will be useful for long term. So maybe this might be a good place to actually make a base, but it does look kind of rural, and I will check in this direction. So maybe deeper into the woods, because you don't really need these patches. You can always create your own things, and we will be covering gardening in another video. Okay, so that's the end of day 1. Things looking pretty good for me. I did actually need the advanced carpentry book rather than the next month, because it's for levels 5 and 6. And if I check my skills, those 5 and 6. And so what we'll do is we'll just protect ourselves a bit by closing the door and locking the door. We will also turn off the lights where we find them. Closing the blinds as well, that always helps. Doesn't stop you from food and drink. I need a blind though, I need to get one. Okay, that's the one there. Oh no, that one hasn't got one either. This could be a disaster. Close the door. Close the door. I may have to find somewhere else to sleep. Right, so anyway. Always. Okay, so put myself in a corner so I can see what's coming at me. And then what I do is I read. Now this will take some time, but I will show you what happens. You can click this up here and he will read it quicker. Now, what you can see is as he reads through this, what he's gaining on the carpentry skill. You can see the arrows, that means he's got a bonus, he's got a multiplier bonus. And if you hold over it, you can see multiplier 0.8. As it reads, the bonus, the multiplier becomes more. If you see in this pop-up box, you've got carpentry level 5, multiplier 1.6, XP boost of 125%. If I move it, it's now gone up a bit as he reads it. So it's always worth reading an entire book. If you don't get a chance to, then don't panic. You can always reread it when you do have the time. Now, as you can see, I've already gone up another level with the blade maintenance. So click on that. That will do me nicely. Okay, and that's it for day 1. We will continue into day 2 and find a place where we can base and make a base, and off screen I will cart a load of that ammo and a load of that stuff to a place. Once I know where we're going to go, and I'll show you why I'm going to build a base there. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this, hope you found it useful. Some hints and tips in there that would get you started and give you some ideas of how to keep yourself going if you get into a little bit of trouble. So yes, you can find us on Twitter and you can find us on Facebook. You can follow us there, and please hit the subscribe button. I'd love to have you a subscriber, and it keeps you up to date with the videos that we create. So thank you very much again, and see you in the next one.